Nelligan property is about 35 to 40 kilometers south-southwest of Chapet, Quebec. And as you can see, we can drive there, and the camp is about 6 kilometers to the east. And the main diamond drilling is about 4 kilometers to the north up the trail to my right. So the Nelligan property is a very large property, and most of it hasn't been explored. And this area in here appears to be a quartz granule conglomerate. It's very coarse grained, and that might have had something to do with the increased hydrothermal activity. Here, there's definitely a large east-west running shear zone coming through here that is related to the deformation along the contact between the two major formations. The latest thinking is that these formations are not, it isn't an unconformity on the boundary. It's actually an interfingered relationship. But because of the profound differences, tectonic related differences between these two formations, there is significant deformation along the contact. And just north of this contact is the large regional structure referred to as the Guercheville-Opawika Deformation Corridor or Fault Zone. And this is host to several important deposits in the area, including the former producing Joe Mann mine, the Philibert deposits, and the Lac Meston deposit just to the east, a few kilometers to the east. To the west, along strike, in the similar geology, there is also the Lac Short deposit and the well-known Bachelor Lake deposit. And there's still a lot of active exploration going on in the area. As well, these northeast trending fault zones, which are marked with some kind of accuracy by these lines in the compilation. These are also host to several important deposits in the area, such as the Chevrier deposits and all the showings associated with the Fan Camp Deformation Zone and the Murgor, multiple showings in the Murgor projects. And so here we have intersection of a very important regional deformation corridor. And some expression here, this topographic expression, definitely is important in this case, with several of these important northeast trending fault zones. And these are not regional faults, they're local faults, but they do continue for 20, 25, up to 40 kilometers in some cases. And they're also very obviously marked by topographic expression in certain cases. Sometimes you can see these in the ground. When there's a lot of quartz veining, there is outcrop, and it's very clearly some very strong structures going through there and marked with shears and a lot of hydrothermal activity in certain cases. The most important known showing on the property is the Nelligan showing. And the Nelligan showing is up in this area between Lac Deux and this small lake. Because of the intersection of major structures, there isn't any outcrop in the area, but there is a significant amount of drilling, both historic and also performed last year by Vanstar. And many of the holes that were drilled last year intersected significant gold values. The interesting part about the showing, if you look here, there's a horseshoe around this lake. This mag map defines that zone in here. Most of the drilling is represented by these drill traces here. And the interesting part is that there are two distinct gold mineralization environments. One is quite common in the Archean mesothermal type deposits. There are quartz tourmaline sulfide veins with not necessarily a lot of pyrite, but the tourmaline is necessary, it seems, for a gold association. And some of the values can be quite high in these zones. And these are found throughout the area of drilling. The other environment is a strongly sheared quartz granule conglomerate. And it's It was probably a quartzo-feldspathic gray wacky composition originally, but it's by far the coarsest of the sedimentary horizons in here, and that might have had something to do with the gold. And there's a lot of silicification and pyrite along with it. The gold doesn't necessarily follow the silicification and pyrite, but the values are widely distributed through here, and the corridor is quite wide. It's marked by a prominent mag low that runs through this area, and since the mag was done in the summer, the coverage over the lake isn't there, but it appears to continue through here. So this is really a definite horizon of interest, and the stronger mag low seem to have better values just within this zone. So there are some really significant strong mag lows which might mark stronger hydrothermal activity in the area and the replacement of the original sedimentary magnetite by sulfides. And if that's the case, these are very highly prospective zones, and these are over hundreds of meters. This area, that's more than half a kilometer, just this area. Plus there's the whole zone under the lake, which is certainly prospective as well. At present, we do have a team in the field who are infilling the mag in this zone to attempt to follow these certain mag highs and mag lows and just get a better handle in the stratigraphy. And once that's done, we might be able to definitively outline the mag corridors which represent the underlying geology. This area marked in brown is what we consider to be the favorable gold-bearing, potentially gold-bearing corridor in this area, as represented by the potential continuation of this coarser horizon, sedimentary horizon.